Thrifty's Gaming News podcast, also known as The Playground. So grab your spot on the wheel, grab your spot on the swing, go over to the jungle gym, get settled in, let's talk our crap, and have a good night. How the heck is everybody doing? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful time. And just like always, let's get in here, let's have fun. We have a great show planned. Myself and my co-host Will are going to be going over all of the, well, not all, most of the categories for the Game Awards, and we're going to be picking our talk, our picks in those categories, going through that. Thank you to whoever left the like already. That was probably Will, if I'm not mistaken. He'll be back here in a little bit. He has a kiddo that he gets to bed right around the start of this. And so, yeah, let me go ahead and get this thing sent over. And we will get talking. How? That was me, dude. I know, that's what I said. I said it was Will. God, I already said that. If you're coming in here, tonight's show is going to be a banger. I can't wait. So many good games to talk about, so many things to do. We got about an hour and 45 minutes to do it with Will, which means we have to stay on topic tonight. Is that going to happen? Probably not. And so we'll do what we can. Sorry, guys, just trying to share this out. Here, listen to some of the melodious sounds from Teardown. Okay, that was me, but you can still hear it. Guys, there is something actually pretty cool that I want to show y'all about this game. Something that I just find hilarious and funny and amazing. Once I get this shared out to every little freaking place that I need to share it out to, I will go ahead and show y'all. It's super awesome. It's in this game, and I think you are really, really, really gonna enjoy it. Something funny to start the show. 6 people up in here. What's up, Warawana? How the heck are you? Let's get this thing shared out. Send it out to your socials. If you don't really have socials, leave a like, subscribe. Let's get into it. The channel is a little bit bigger than it was last week by 3 subscribers. So whoever y'all were, thank you very much. I know that some of y'all came on in my newest video, so I think that's pretty cool. And Nelson and Hero are also here. What is up, guys? All right, so tonight's show, Game Awards. Game Awards, Game Awards, Game Awards. We are going to be talking about the ever-coveted Game Awards. What is up, Michael Moridian? 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 I had to have gotten it right once. Anyways, what's up, Michael? This is why I never try to say names. I just say, what's up, guys? Hi. Because I suck at it. We are also going to be talking about the PlayStation Portal, not the PlayStation Portable. Please, at some point, give some indie Black Friday recommendations. Man. Whew. The Black Friday sale has not come out yet. And so one of the things I was wanting to do was once the PlayStation Network Black Friday sale comes out, I actually wanted to do a bit of a video about kind of my top picks over that sale. And so I think that would actually be super awesome, super on point with the channel. But I got to figure out how I'm going to do it, because there's another channel I watch, and I've watched really, really closely for several years, even before I had my channel. And I don't want... It's the same thing like with the live stream. I don't want to feel like I'm taking his style or his thing. Just like with Jez or Salty or Porter Rock, I don't want to feel like I'm taking their thing that they do. That's why sometimes you'll hear me say things from their shows, mainly Jez's, because that crap gets just trapped in my head. But I try to stay away from that. So I'll definitely give it time, uh, or it's definitely give me time once that sale releases. Game Cross thinks that it'll be coming out Friday, and so that means I'll have my review video coming up on Sunday, and then I will try to get another video done on Monday or Tuesday, uh, going over the sale because it's a big sale. It usually lasts for about a week, week and a half. Mello is Little Rodney's son. Okay. You heard Microsoft announce another merger. Don't care. I really. Tonight we are talking about the Game Awards, the PlayStation Portal, the earbuds. We are going to be discussing quality over quantity. That actually might play in. MS announced they have bought the U.S. government. That's probably true, but or maybe they own them again, or they own them already. I don't know. I do know that the app that I use at work to take a photo into a PDF to send like POs and invoices into my home office, that app is from Microsoft, and it used to let you like just skip signing in, skip any of that bull crap. And well, now they updated it, and now you have to log in, and you can get a very, very slimmed down, can't do anything on it free version, or you can pay a monthly gosh dang subscription so you have something on your phone that can turn stuff into PDFs. It is the absolute dumbest thing I've ever seen. They find ways to charge for things that were just free. I don't get it. And stupid people pay it. Instead, I called one of my ladies in my home office and I was like, hey, I can't send this over. The app that y'all gave us to use that we were using for free, yeah, we can't use that no more. And so she was like, oh, it's no big deal. I can do it on the computer. So it all got fixed. But why the heck is Microsoft trying to charge for stuff that's normally free? Anyways, see what you did? You got me all flabbergasted and fluffered. I don't really. Yeah, I'm here. Nelson, what the fuck does Black Friday deals for other things? Star supposed to be on the 17th. Only early Black Friday stuff. I'm going to sell my what? Are you having a bad day at work, Nelson? I'm going to sell my soul for a TV. Okay, that's funny. LG has shit deals. Yes, because money. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, that rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Okay. That was real stupid. Let's go. Also, we're going to be going over the PS Plus titles for November. That is why I have Teardown up in the background. One, because while my buddy over here is going to be going on his rants about all these games and everything, I want something to actually do. So, I'm going to be playing it. You'll be able to see a little bit of it. Let's see. Mello, thank you for your live streams. Keep up the amazing work. I tend to not type in any live streams, but I've been listening for a few. Man, I appreciate that, dude. I always wonder who's in the background, and I always wonder, like, obviously I have about 10 to 12 people that constantly chat, but I typically run about 20 to 22 people, 23 people in here, 18 to 23, and, like, I'm like, man, where is everybody? So, man, thanks for stopping by. No, I'm still broken. Still getting a TV. Well, yes, that's because life choices can be bad. Um, so let's dive in. One of the things I really want to talk about real quick, I want to talk about the Pulse Explorer earbuds because CNET got their hands on these things, and just like that reviewer, not the reviewer, but the tech guy was going over before that I had mentioned, uh, they also said that these punch way above their weight class. And so we'll start off tonight with an easy softball. When Will gets back in here, we will start discussing the Game Awards. But let's talk about these earbuds that that suck, and I can't believe Sony is so anti-consumer and all this other bull crap. Here we go. This is from CNET by David. Yep, by David. I can't say the last name. Sony's upcoming Pulse Explorer wireless earbuds are weird, but in a surprisingly good way. Due to ship December 6th, that's what I tell people about me. I'm weird, but in a good way. And available for pre-order now for $200. The buds are obstinately low latency gaming earbuds. Cool. Somewhat bulky and a little bit strange looking in your ears, they're designed to be used with Sony's PS5 gaming console and its new PlayStation Portal remote player, as well as Windows and Mac computers, including the included PlayStation Link USB adapter is required for PS5 and Nintendo Switch users. Of course, we have to have the little dongle. Uh, like most other wireless gaming earbuds I've encountered, the Pulse Explorer can also be paired with your smartphone via Bluetooth. They that they're very good gaming earbuds isn't surprising. However, they're as good as this guy can't write, or I can't read, one of the two. However, that they're as good as they are for music listening is a revelation. Okay, yeah, that was just a weird sentence structure. In fact, after trying an early review sample in advance of the launch, I found that they sound clearer and more articulate than Sony's flagship WF-1000XM5 earbuds with tight, powerful bass. That doesn't necessarily mean they sound better than XM5s, which sound a little fuller, but I wasn't expecting them to compete at all with the XM5s for music listening. Well, why not? Why? I mean, why wouldn't you? It's Sony tech. Why wouldn't you? Well, let's get into that. The reason for that sound seems largely due to the Bud's planar magnetic drivers. I've talked about those before, told you I didn't know much about them, but I told you that normal, like charging for those, like normal earbuds that have those in it are about $350, and we're getting these for $200. So remember that people have already reported on this, and now we have it confirmed by a tech review outlet, which are typically found in high-end over-ear audiophile headphones and rarely in earbuds. Sony recently acquired Audeze, which is known for its planar magnetic drivers, and in 2021 made a pair of $1,299 wired planar magnetic earbuds called the Elucid that are currently listed as sold out. Planar magnetic drivers are prized for their sonic accuracy and being less prone to distortion. They are typically larger than standard dynamic drivers found in the majority of headphones and harder to drive. Normally, I'd say that $200 for a pair of gaming earbuds, especially ones like the Pulse Explorer that don't exactly have premium look and feel, is pretty pricey. They're an all-plastic affair and are relatively lightweight for their size. But that Sony and presumably Audeze have brought this driver technology to a pair of $200 earbuds is kind of wild, and Sony's upcoming $150 Pulse Elite headset, due to ship February 21st, also has the magnetic drivers. He goes on to talk in here about how the closest thing to them is a $350 pair of headphones that we're getting for $200 in an earbud. So I want you to understand, Sony's not being anti-consumer with this. Sony is actually giving their players a premium device at what in this market sounds like an affordable cost. Now, is it affordable for a gamer? I'm not sure. But I know that I'm wearing a pair of $179 headphones right now, and I would sure love to just be able to pop those dudes into my ear and just roll with that. That would be awesome. And having the planar drives on there, or planar drivers, will allow that. And it's going to have good sound quality. It's going to have a good microphone. Everything on here sounds great. And actually, yeah, and listen, and microphone performance seemed quite good for multiplayer games. So, like, Everything sounds good with this. And you can use it on a Switch. That's cool. You can also use it for your phone. That's awesome. Like, it's versatile across everything, but specially made for PlayStation 5 owners. It's like it's like that old cereal, Kix, kid loved, mother approved. It's kind of like that. Like, you can do this everywhere, but it's specifically designed for PlayStation owners. And so it's just one more way that people ran with a narrative. I can't believe Sony's doing $200 for little tiny earbuds and blah 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 blah. Um, and now we get this. What's up, Claymores? What's up, Josh? We now get this thing, and we're getting the specs on it. And one dude leaked it early that, like, hey, these are going to have planar drives. And I started looking up what those were, and that crap's expensive. And so then you start looking at the value proposition. If I got any Xbox fans in here, you'll understand the value proposition. It's when they lie to you about giving you value and give you Game Pass instead. But you look at the value proposition, and you're sitting here, and it's $200, and the closest thing to it is $350. Like, that's insane. And so, anyways, I just wanted to kind of go over that. We're going to talk about some of the other lies that people have spit about PlayStation accessories tonight. And so we're going to go over that, but I want to wait a little bit for for Will to get back. Sony makes top-notch products for sure. Yeah, and when people say that this year is a failure or that Sony has been lacking this year, I feel like Sony took this entire year to just solidify their brand. Right? Like, that's what it feels like now. You got the PSVR 2. You got the earbuds coming out. You got a updated design on the PlayStation 5. And you got the PlayStation Portal. Like, it sounds like what they did was they said, okay, cool. All of our games are taking a little bit more time. No big deal. We got Spider-Man coming up. That's fine. We'll throw some DLC. We got all these other third-party companies. We'll be okay on games. Let's focus on getting accessories for our hardware. Because one of the things that we actually didn't launch with a lot of was accessories. Was things that people might want to go with it. Well, we got all the big bases covered, but we didn't launch with all the cool shit that we were working on. And so now they've been able to get everything to market. Almost. We're still waiting on the earbuds, and we're still waiting on the headset in February. But after that, then all the games start coming. And then we're fed up until April. We don't really know what's coming. The earbuds seem like a very unaddressed market. So, Josh, what's really funny is when I started doing these live streams and started doing my videos, I looked and looked and looked for a wireless earbud that actually had good sound quality. And my choices were Raycon, which I didn't want, and the Raycons, they didn't have that good of a mic. They're great for audio listening, but they didn't have that good of a mic on them, so I didn't get those. And there were a couple other wired options that, like Doc Dark uses, that has the one earpiece with the mic on it. And I just didn't like a lot of the reviews I was getting on those. And so to hear that the sound quality is good, the mic is good, the sound quality rivals that of a $1,300 pair of earbuds, like, I'm actually really excited. I will probably own a pair of these at some point. I think these are one of the things you're going to have to buy new, because most places don't do earbuds or AirPods or anything like that, because that's just gross. Glad to see Sony step into an unaddressed market or underdressed market. I'll get it, dude. And oh, I think I hear Will. I think I
What's
hear
up?
Will in the side. What is up, Will? We have a chat full tonight of a ton of people that come here to hear you, and now you're here. So, with that, guys, let's get into the freaking meat and potatoes, as it were, of tonight. The freaking Game Awards. Share this crap out. Like this, subscribe if you haven't already. It's going to be a vastly entertaining night. And that's all because of Will. I'm just kind of the host. Will kind of does his rants. He said he had a couple for y'all. Some stuff's been festering like a little splinter that he has to just pop it everywhere. So now he's got to do that. And we will let him because y'all love his rants. All right, let's go. Game Awards. We are going to be going over our topics, our picks, our things that we think got snubbed, things that we wish would have been there. Not going to go over every category because, quite honestly, I don't give a rat's ass about some of these categories. Uh, and then we're going to save our Game of the Year picks for the end of the topic. So let's start here. Best Game Direction is Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Ooh, that's a list. Now,
It's almost similar to the Game of the Year list.
it's almost like good game direction and good leadership leads to good fucking games. It's impressive. Like, shit. All right, I almost made it 20 minutes without cussing. Thanks. Will, what you got, man? What's
On
your yeah?
this one actually, I thought very hard about this one because something that people forget is the description of the damn award. And Thrifty, can you repeat the description one more time for the ones in the back, please, and for me, because I
Hang
don't
on,
know
I didn't
exactly.
read the description out loud. Hang on. Oh, crap. And of course, the article I sent you that has the entire list doesn't have the descriptions. That
Well,
helps.
either way, best art direction, or I'm sorry, what was
No,
it? Best
best direction. Like,
best
so
direction.
best overall kind of flow of the game.
Hmm.
Was the game directed well? Like, you can always tell when a movie's real choppy and just not directed well, like The Last of Us Part 2.
Yes.
Like, that's game direction.
Yes, and this one might be a surprising pick for a lot of people, but for me, best game direction, I think Mario Wonder deserves that. Now, I know you guys are like, what are you talking about? It's a platformer. It's, you're jumping and dodging. But the way that I look at the game direction is more than just,
Left or right?
left, yes, right, left to right, up and down the tube, up the tube,
Oh, shit.
up the clouds. But the reason I picked Mario Wonder is because the direction that they took this game in, I'm really liking. They were very innovative in this game. Like they took a game that's been basically going on for what, 30, 40 years almost, and they still made it something fresh, something new, something that is attention grabbing, something that is fun, that keeps you entertained. Where the other games, they're good too, but they just, to me, it's much harder to remix something that's old and make it good or way better than it is to sometimes create something from scratch. I know that may sound like ass backwards, but the reason I say that is because if you already have something built, the idea is already there. So to take that idea and make it into something else can sometimes be more of a challenge than starting on a blank piece of paper. But I actually give that one to Mario Wonder, and my runner up to that one would be Alan Wake. Even though it's not my favorite game, and even though I'm struggling to play the game, I can see the direction of the game. They did a very good job. It's very well directed. It's the story is phenomenal. It's a very mind bending kind of story, and it's very entertaining. Also, with us being in, I know for you Australian guys, I think it's summertime for you guys. Where for us, we're heading into the winter months. It gets dark here, mid afternoon. So by 4 p.m., 4 to 5 p.m. Actually, by 4:30, the sun's starting to set. By 5:30, it's already like it's if it was 10 o'clock at night. So playing Alan Wake, early evening with the headphones on, it's really amazing. So Mario Wonder's my pick for that category, and then my runner-up would have been Alan Wake.
So, yeah, I actually. So, when I think of game direction, I think of. I think of cohesive story. So, from what I've heard, Alan Wake 2 has a very good story from start to finish, and it continues a full thought throughout the whole thing, which is important when you're talking about game direction. Um,
Well, you can also include that as part of pacing.
right, and I do. The the thing about Baldur's Gate 3, why I don't think it's going to win this category, is because there's so many things that the player themselves have control over that the player themselves becomes the director in a sense of that
Yeah,
game.
a lot of not copy and pasting, but a lot of editing, in a way
A
because
lot of
you're
decisions because
yes.
everything changes. Now, is that super effing impressive? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, my whole chat is starting to scroll over again. We had a glitch in the matrix or something. So I'm going to either give it to Spider-Man 2 because it was a game that I felt like I felt like every play session was 20 minutes, and I'd look up and it'd be 3 hours. Like, just with how well everything flowed together in the game and how everything kind of just bled into the other thing. And so I think Marvel Spider Man 2, or from secondhand, what I've heard, Alan Wake 2. Um, so,
There's a
yeah,
very big possibility that Alan Wake will win this one. I'm sorry, I should have said what I would like to win versus what I think is going to win. What I think is going to win will be the Alan Wake. I mean, Alan Wake is the media darling. It is, and look, I'm not saying it's a bad game at all, guys. It's a very, very good game. It's a quality game. It was a complete game. It's a polished game. But Alan Wake is that very artsy indie game that comes out of nowhere that four people bought, but the media really loves, so therefore they put it up for Game of the Year. It's that, but times 100 because it's not an indie game. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense to you, Thrifty?
yeah, no. And here's the thing about Alan Wake 2. I think Alan Wake 2 surprised way more people than Baldur's Gate did because the people who were involved in the beta and the people who like I don't think people were as surprised. It doesn't surprise me that a game that was in development for 10 years that was in beta for 3 years came out and blew the doors off of everybody.
Yeah,
That doesn't surprise me. A game
no.
made by Remedy who the first Alan Wake was okay and came out and knocked it out of the park with Control and said, you know what, that's fun, but we're going to save that style of game for Control. We're going to pivot and go to survival horror, mystery solve thing and make it hit like it did. Like, it's one of my Black Friday watches. Like, I want to see how low it goes because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Alan Wake 2 was full price anyways. I could be wrong about that.
$60. It's 60
60
bucks.
bucks.
I don't think it's gonna go below 50 on this Black Friday. It's just too new of a game and it's selling really well. But real quick, Warwana and Josh, absolutely. Josh said that the director or the creator of Alan Wake, he's very well known and that carries weight. Absolutely, he's almost. I forgot who I was listening to. I think it was on Mooch's podcast a couple weeks, right around the time that Alan Wake came out. I think it was Brap that said this, where the director, he is they're they're not saying he's there, but they're saying that he's on his way to become Kojima level. If he can
I
take this
agree.
Alan Wake, and I agree too, his artistic style is insane. He's doing something that's very unique. Not a lot of people
His
are doing
world building is
his world building.
nuts.
Crazy. But the one thing that people are not giving enough credit to is Resident Evil. Resident Evil is a
What do you mean not
huge
giving enough? No,
influence.
bullshit. What do you
Is a
mean he's
huge
not given enough credit? It's
influence.
getting nominated for Game of the Year.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about it being in the running. I'm saying the
Oh,
director
okay.
of. If you let me finish my thought, Thrifty, you wouldn't be jumping to conclusions like this and attacking me. I know I say some silly shit sometimes, but hear me out on this. When I turned Alan Wake on for the first time, it felt like I was playing another Resident Evil game. The way that you control your inventory, the camera style, the even the story, even the monsters, not the monsters, but the enemies, the bad guys that you're fighting in the game. It is very Alan or very Resident Evil like, especially like Resident Evil 2, 3, that kind of style. Resident Evil 4 a little bit. And I think that really helped them in with this game because people have been loving the Resident Evil games, especially the remakes that have been coming out the last few years. So it was very easy to get into the game because they're already used to that kind of gameplay style. So that's another. I think that the people that really love Alan Wake need to give Resident Evil a little bit of credit because you can see the inspiration in that game um, from Resident Evil into Alan Wake.
Yes, on that front, yes. I mean, I think that anybody who looks at it and every reviewer who I've listened to about it has said that that game pulls heavily from Resident Evil in aesthetic and all that. And that's okay. But I think he should at least give him the credit and say, yeah, we did. Like when Final Fantasy was, when they were working on that, they had said that one of their biggest influences was God of War, the God of War games, because they wanted their big set piece battle moments to be like God of Wars. And so that's one of the games they focused on heavily, but they didn't come out and like somebody saw these boss fights and goes, "Oh, those are God of War inspired, aren't they?" No, 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 no. I don't know what you're talking about. Those were directly from us. No. No, those weren't God of War inspired. So yeah, I definitely get it. You got to give people flowers when they do their when you're borrowing from them. It's not every single game borrows from another game, right? Like
Hell yeah.
every single hell, we have an entire genre of Ubisoft open world games that I can say Ubisoft open world and you know that it's going to have a tower you have to climb. It's going to have fog all over the map until it opens up. It's going to have random ass side quests that you have to do where you collect 75 of a certain object. Like there's certain things that they just do, so you know what that means. When you say a Resident Evil. You know what that entails. Even though that Resident Evil is not a genre, but like it is in the horror space. Like, oh, well, how does this game play? Well, it plays like Resident Evil. Oh, okay,
It's the
cool.
best in the genre.
Right, it has a frame of reference.
Hmm.
Ooh, and I know that that means that I just might have said that Ubisoft is the best in open world design. Ugh, that makes me
Well,
nauseous.
it may not be the best, but they're one of the originators, and a lot of people took their ideas and made it way better. And there's nothing wrong
Yes.
with that.
All right, so I think we're gonna skip best adaptation because this is a fucking game show, not
Actually,
a.
real
Do
quickly
you
on
want to
that.
do best adaptation?
No, but I just want to go a little bit into how when we're talking about the entertainment business, how Sony is killing it, man. Right now they just dropped the trailer for what is it, Spider Madame or Madame Spider. um they're adapting the God of War, they're adapting Ghost of Tsushima, they're adapting Horizon, they've adapted Last of Us 2, Last of Us, and I'm sure there's a few more in there that they're adapting. And when we're talking about the entertainment space, not only does Xbox suck at making games, but they also suck at making TV shows. I mean, Halo, like Jess says, butt cheeks. I mean, it's just insane how well Sony is doing with their primary focus, which is entertainment. That's all I wanted to say about that.
No, and I mean I agree, but I really don't think that TV shows should be at the game awards. I
Well, they're
I
doing it because it comes from a game, and without the game, these
I
shows wouldn't
know.
be possible. It's just
I
them
know.
giving them their flowers. That's it.
I know because they're not going to get him in Hollywood. You got to
And
get
look,
him.
and not just that, but I mean, these video games, they're they tell stories just like movies. They tell, there's music. There's a lot of similarities between video games and movies, and that's something that really hurts the Xbox fanboys because when Sony drops a banger first, exclusive, it's super entertaining. I mean, if you have you guys ever heard, or Thrifty, have you heard of Girlfriend Reviews on YouTube?
Uh-uh.
Oh, dude, it's an awesome channel. I recommend you
Oh
see it.
wait, is she the one that like they like made cry and all that?
Yes, because of Hogwarts, which we'll get into when we get to that part. But basically, what she does is she doesn't review games. She reviews games based on what it's like watching her boyfriend play games or her now husband. So the husband will play the games, and she's basically backseat driving, and she will review it, but in a very funny way, and she will let you know what the experience is like. And her favorite games are games that are very glitchy, of course, because there's a lot of comedic relief in that. But the second ones are a lot of them are Sony games because not only is her boyfriend having a blast playing these games, but she's also getting a good, basically, movie out of it as well. So it's a pretty funny channel. I recommend anybody who doesn't hasn't seen it go check it out. But she is brilliant, especially the way that she edits her videos, all the funny jokes she includes in there. She even makes songs out of pop culture references. It's a nice YouTube channel. But yeah, that's what she does. She reviews games based on as a viewer, not a gamer. And her favorite games to review are Sony first party, even though she doesn't say that. But if you take a look at all the games that are reviewed, the best rated ones are Sony's. So they both tie into each other with this category. So I see why it's included. I'm not saying I like it, but I can give a logical explanation of why it's there.
Sure. So I want to welcome some more people in here. What's up? The Claymores, Ryan,
Claymores.
Gamer of Light, and Mark Carter. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the playground. We are going through our list picks and uh, for the Game Awards. So, Best Art Direction. Now, I think this is what we were clarifying during the Best Direction. Best Art Direction is basically what we think looks the best, what we think had the best kind of feel to it. That doesn't always mean real life graphics or anything like that. So, Best Art Direction, Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Wonder, or Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I'll go ahead and give my thoughts on this one first. I think, and I'm pretty solid in this from what I've seen, uh, it is literally the second exclusive ever that Nintendo has made me want to purchase because of how good this game looks and how amazing the art style in it looks. It's Super Mario Brothers Wonder for me, and there's none of these are close, in my opinion. And I mean, Alan Wake 2 looks great. Remedy did some wizardry with the graphics and the lighting and all of it. Um, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom ran at almost a locked 30 on a basically Nokia phone device. So good job. But then you made Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and it looks absolutely insane. And so it goes to Super Mario Brothers in this category for me. Will, what about you, man?
Yeah, I second that. I agree, man. I think I talked about this last week or on Sunday when we were talking about the Spider-Man. Which go check that video out, guys. We go on a full spoiler talk about Spider-Man, and I bought Mario Wonders. I had 30 bucks that were gonna expire from GameStop points, so I ended up paying 30 bucks for it. And I really wasn't sure. My son is not really interested in it, but I popped it in my OLED Switch, and man, right away, It's a gorgeous looking game, really good looking, and I like the art style of it. That's the first thing that attracted me to it. Now, Alan Wake, it looks really really good as well. I think it's one of the best looking games of the year. I mean, the last time that I put on the game, saw the graphics and saw the art style and was like, "Whoa, this is impressive." I think the last time I did that was with Horizon Forbidden West. So they did a terrific job, but I think they should have a category which will also I'm gonna talk about a little bit later in regards to my rant is technicality, or do they have a category about that? Just like technical advancements or pushing the game forward. Do they have
Uh,
anything like that?
Let me see.
I don't think they do, but if they
Best
did,
score, audio design, performance, innovation and accessibility,
well, I guess you
uh,
could fit it there, but
ongoing game, community support, independent game, indie, action adventure, RPG, fighting, family. Ooh, we gonna have to hurry up if we gonna get through some of these, and then they get into the esports shit. So no, they don't.
yeah. Yeah, no, that game, it should be in that category because what they did technically in that game is amazing. I mean, the lighting in the game is just insane. The way that the shadow people just look in the movie while you or in the movie in the game while you're playing it is amazing. But I think Mario Wonder also wins this one. It's gonna be wherever Mario Wonder and Alan Wake are gonna be competing against each other. It's gonna be one of those two. That's for sure.
Yes. I agree with that. It will be at least one of those two, but I really think I think they're gonna spread this year out. I really do. I think it's gonna be a year that gets we see a lot of things win kind of consolation prizes from the Game of the Year award. Uh, so yes, I don't foresee. In other words, I don't foresee a lot of things winning two games, and
Okay,
so
this is okay.
or two
Before we go with
categories.
that thought, why before you continue with that thought, you need to give me my flowers, and so does everybody else who doubted me in the chat. They need to put flowers up there because we went over this discussion about Starfield and was Starfield gonna get nominated for Game of the Year. Everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people were saying that yes, because it's a pity fuck, and they need to have one from each of the major console makers. And I said no, because there's just too many good games, and Starfield does not fit. You cannot fit it. And the only way they could have fit it is if they extended the contestants from 6 to like 20. So that's the first thing. I need to get my flowers for that. But secondly, I think you're wrong with that opinion, Thrifty, because in order for that to happen, and Porter Rock's been pounding on this heavy lately, is you need to get enough of and there's over 100 of them, enough of the voters to have the same way of thinking. Where, okay, we cannot allow this game to win more than one or more than twice because we need to spread the wealth or we need to be, you know, whatever reason they want to give multiple or game awards to multiple different types of games instead of the games that deserve it. Now, I'm not saying the Game Awards is flawless because there's a lot of fuckery that I do want to talk about as well with them, but the way that the voting works out, I don't think that's going to be the case. But maybe I'll be proven wrong. So far, I've been proven right.
I mean, on this show, we sometimes predict the future. Like we talk about shit, and then the next day, whatever we were talking about ends up getting announced. So I wouldn't put it past us. We're kind of like Nostradamus here. Also, Teardown is amazingly fun.
No.
Problem like it's insanely nuts, to be quite honest. If you've ever had a long day at work and you want to go just tear crap up, this is a fun way to do it.
And War
So
One, I know we don't play Souls games, so we haven't played Lies of Peace. I did play the demo. I don't know about Thrifty, but no, we Souls likes are not our jam.
no, now that is the one thing him and I actually fully agree on.
I
Souls
think that
games
you're a
are
masochist if you like them, I think that they need to have more accessibility for them to grow to a level that people really want them to and get more of them. Because the thing with Souls, like I don't mind them. I think we should get any and every type of game available that people want to make. But the problem with Souls like is like for every one that it's good, you have 20 that are terrible. So if we want more consistency with Souls like, I think that we need to give them just a little bit more accessibility. Like for example, Remnant. Remnant's kind of considered a Souls-like shooter. That game is awesome because the difficulty is a skill thing. You know, when I play Elden Ring or a Souls-like, I feel like I'm getting killed just because I haven't died in 5 minutes. Like the game is like, all right, this dude hasn't died in 3 minutes. We have to end him now.
It's
You
like
know,
on a damn
where
timer.
yes, it's like on a timer. Where Remnant 2, when I die and I fail, I can see where I messed up and I can try to fix that mistake. And it may take me a few more tries, but I can at least get that skill part down and complete that level. Where, shit like, Elden Ring and the other shit, it's just, nah, bro. It's like, there's no fairness in it.
There's no, there's not. And speaking of fairness, let's keep going. Best music and score. Once again, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. This one is a lock for me. It is Final Fantasy 16. That fucking game had the daggum most amazing score of the entire year. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Will,
I
what you
agree
got?
with that. I think Final Fantasy should win, but who's gonna win will probably be Hi-Fi Rush.
Mm, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
It shouldn't win, but
Why
I
do you
think
think it
they're
will?
well. This is the other side of the coin. I think that there is enough fucking people, and I'm just trying to think like these gaming journalists and these gaming freaking nerds, and it's it's best music. Hi-Fi Rush is all about music, even though it's the worst rhythm game. The worst rhythm game. You literally need to have no rhythm to beat this damn game. Where there's other games like Metal Hellsinger, where if you do not have rhythm, your your um your power ups aren't as strong. Your ammunition, your weapon will not reload as fast. Like you actually get penalized for not having proper rhythm. Where Hi-Fi Rush, you just keep pushing square and you will beat the game. There is no rhythm. I mean, it's an illusion of rhythm. And man, I
It's an
really miss
illusion
this
of
guy.
rhythm.
It is. This is what's his name? British dude. Fuck, he's on my friends list. I haven't seen him in a while actually. He used to be on Salty's podcast.
Wooly.
Wooly. Wooly, right before he took off social media, man, he had the best explanation for it being such a shitty rhythm game. And I wish I can find that clip. If I do, I'll share it to Thrifty so he can share it with the channel. But yeah, no, I think it'll win just because it's a music game and it's an Xbox game, and Xbox doesn't really have anything else going on.
So now wait a minute. In one breath you're like you can't do pity fucks, but in the other breath you're like,
I
hey, let's give him a pity fuck.
I just said that because the reason this pity fuck is more reasonable as far as my thinking is because the game is a music game from start to finish. Like that's part of the game, and that's the only reason I think that will get the pity fuck. Where Starfield, it has, it's not strong in anything to get the pity fuck except that it belongs to Xbox. Hi-Fi Rush has that it belongs to Xbox and that it's a music game completely. I hope that makes sense to you. But yeah, there's two sides of the coin, but the side of the coin with Hi-Fi Rush is way more believable because it is a completely it's a music game, completely music game. If it wasn't like a music game, if it was just a regular hack and slash game, no, it would not win. But because it's literally in the DNA of the game where music is the primary thing, that's why I think it will win, even though it doesn't deserve to win.
Okay. I mean, yeah, if maybe. Yeah.
Well, everything we're saying is maybe Thrifty.
I mean that's true. That's true.
Everything is maybe.
So you can put spray paint down on the ground in Teardown, and it's hilarious. I just wrote "help" on the screen. Super funny. Super funny. Okay. Anyways, all right. So let's go. Best. Ooh, let's do best performance. That sounds fun. So we'll do a couple more of these, and then we'll move forward. Best performance: Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16, Cameron Monaghan for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Idris Elba for Cyberpunk, Melanie Labarde for Alan Wake 2, Neil Newborn for Baldur's Gate 3, or Yuri Lowenthal for Spider-Man 2. Will, I'll let you go first, sir.
I think Ben Starr will win this. And look, all these people, great performers, every single one, last one of them. But I think Ben Starr had the most range in his acting with Final Fantasy 16. So that's my personal take for who's gonna win. What I think is going to win, it's going to be Ben Starr as well because this dude's star power has exploded over the last 6 months. I mean, he's been on talk shows, he's been on interviews on YouTube, he has been out there showing his skill on Twitter or X. He's been promoting himself heavy, and I think that's going to be very influential when it comes down to the decision making with the voters.
I hope so. He's who I want to win, so
Yeah, yeah.
I hope he does. His voice work was awesome. Now, the only other one that I would want to win is Spider-Man because the freaking voice work that he did for the Venom suit was absolutely nuts. I don't know how he did those voice sessions. Like, part of me really wants it to be a like some kind of engineering that was done to his voice, some kind of modifying, some kind of something. Because Lort helped that guy did fantastic as Venom. So, anyways, that's what I would think for that category. No real argument there. And then let's do, you know what? Let's do innovations and accessibility. Okay? We got Diablo 4, Forza Motorsports, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Mortal Kombat, and Street Fighter 6. Honestly, I think Street Fighter 6 has this one. I think they did so much for people to be able to just get on and play their daggum game. And some people are like, well, it's cheating because they can just push one button. Who gives a crap? If somebody purchases the game, let them play it how they want. Let it notify you if they're playing it in a certain mode, but let them play how they want. And if they want to go in and one button combo everybody, fuck it. Let them. I think that type of stuff is totally acceptable, 100% allowed, and should be welcomed in games. That's also why I don't like Souls likes, because they're like, no, we want to kill you every 3 seconds because we can and we're mean and you just have to get good. And if you don't like it, don't play it, but buy our game. Like it's frustrating with Souls games, and Souls people, y'all are a different breed,
Or
but
masochist.
they're masochists exactly. But you can put it in audio queue to do things, innovation. Yeah, there's a lot of innovation. Exactly. And that's what I think. What about you?
Yeah, I agree. Street Fighter Six should win, and I think will win. Like for all the reasons you mentioned. I mean, what was it? Clay Morris just said here in SF6, a blind guy competed in Evo this year, and thanks to the accessibility features, like that's amazing, dude. And I'm
That's
all
nuts.
about, yeah, I'm all about as many people as possible. I mean, man, I was watching a reel on Instagram, and this dude was playing Call of Duty, and he has like no movement from his neck down, I think. So all he could do is use his head, and this dude was getting kill shot after kill shot. He has this the controller the way that is, well, he has his tube that's in front of his face, so he blows into it to shoot. and then he goes left to right, up and down to like it's just incredible, and that's awesome because I couldn't even imagine if I had an accident and I lose mobility in my arms or something or my fingers and like, damn, I can't play video games. So I think that's a very important category. And I think the company that should win accessibility is PlayStation. They're innovating their controllers. Every single one of their games has accessibility features, colorblind features. I mean, they're doing so much with all their games, not just some, which is another reason of why they're the best people making games in the industry because they're giving us options and more options are great, not just frames per second but quality of performance, but also who can play the game. And I think it's a beautiful thing, and it's heartwarming to see people from all walks of life be able to play some of these games that we love and talk about on a weekly basis.
So the strangest thing I've ever seen, one of my roommates, not roommates, one of my floor mates in college when I was at the dorms, he had a PlayStation. That wasn't crazy. A lot of us had them. We always used to rag on the guys that had. That is funny. We used to rag on the guys that had Xboxes. Sorry, it does a recap of your like layout, and I literally wrote help on the ground in spray paint, and as it's doing its like aerial view, you can actually see help written on the ground. That's awesome. That's a great touch to this game. Anyways, um, that wasn't crazy. He was blind.
Damn.
That was the crazy part. And this dude could play freaking video games damn near better than anybody else I knew. All from just listening and knowing where the button placements were.
That's
Like,
amazing.
dude, he would whoop freaking rear ends in Mortal Kombat. Like, how the hell are you kicking my butt? He was the definition of I don't care what you're doing, what I'm doing is better. And so I love accessibility features. I think they're great. I think Street Fighter 6 has this one on the nose. So far, we're not arguing as much as I thought I would. Or we would, rather. Best ongoing game, I don't care. Best community support, I don't care.
See, for real quick, for the best ongoing game, I do not understand at all why Cyberpunk is in there. I mean, I love
It's
Cyberpunk. It's probably one of
because
my favorite games
it
ever.
feels like an ongoing game.
But like, dude, all they did was drop a DLC. One DLC in 3 years. Like, come on, that's not enough to an ongoing game to me would be like a Destiny or a Fortnite or even Call of Duty. But something like that makes no sense whatsoever to me.
Me either. Best independent game, I gotta go Sea of Stars. There's no question in my mind that it's Sea of Stars. I haven't played any of the other games on this list, but I don't really have to. It's going to Sea of Stars. The game sold 1 million gosh darn copies in its
In the
first
first
week.
day.
Or
Yeah,
first day,
the
that's
first
right.
day. Yeah.
So, yeah, no. What about you, Will?
Sea of Stars. Yeah. See, well, what were the other options? Cocoon. I mean, Cocoon might give it a run for its money, but yeah, I think Sea of Stars should win. Will it win? I don't know. I mean, I think it's between that and Cocoon, but yeah, no, both are well, from
From
what I
what
see
I
from
hear, it's
Cocoon.
between that and Dredge.
Oh, Dredge, dude, actually, let me take that back. Um, oh, that's gonna be a tough
Ooh,
category
here
because
we
I
go.
I play Dredge as well. I play that. I mean, the last time I played it was before I got back into Diablo 4. With shout out to War One. I'm forever gonna shout him out for helping me beat that game. He's a beast, man. But he's a Souls player. I already know he is. He's a masochist. It's all that heat down there in Australia. But Dredge is a very good game, man. Very well made game. I don't know, man. That's gonna be a tough. I'm not gonna pick in this one because I'm a fan of both. I do have way more time in Dredge because it's a combination of like a cozy game and kind of like an action game. I mean, even though there's not really any action in there, but I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. Those are all three are very good games.
Oh, crap. Okay. Nelson just sent us something in the Discord. By the way, guys, join the Discord if you haven't. I'll link it in the chat here. Give me just a second. It says, according to the data, less than 50% of Hi-Fi Rush Xbox players
Yes.
have managed to beat the first level, potentially missing some of the best parts of this action rhythm game. Holy 50%? 50% of people who played Spider-Man beat it.
Yep.
Like, we're built different.
Yep.
That's just all there is to it. Let me get this Discord in here. Have thick skin if you come in here. If you're an Xbox fan, sorry, Freudian slip, then please come in. We chat, we talk about games, talk about what we're playing. Come on in. There's the Discord link in the chat below. We have 25 freaking people in here. Let's get that like number closer to 20. I know some of y'all are probably listening, don't have accounts, whatever. Let's make it happen. Share this damn thing out. We're about 3/4 of the way through the topics I really wanted to dive into with the Game Awards. And let's continue. Let me pull back the article. All right, not that one. Blah, blah, blah. Just did that. That's the same damn thing. Okay, here we go. Meat and potato time. Best action game. Okay. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Dead Island 2. Ghost Runner 2. Hi-Fi Rush, or Remnant 2. Will, I know your answer already, so you get to go first.
Remnant 2, baby. Remnant 2. Dude, that game is so good. Here, let me just go to it real quick because I need to know. So I bought the game not day one. I think it was about a week later. I played it. It's my first time playing Remnant. I think on the first one I got maybe 5 minutes into it. Remnant 2. I played it. I'm learning it. I'm dying a lot. I learn it. Nelson ends up getting it. Shout out to my guy Jerk Chicken. Follow him on Twitter. And I blink. I beat the game 2 or 3 times, and I have over 111 hours into it. First time in my life where hours flew by in this game, guys. It's so funny with this game because when Howard talked about the 1,000 planets in Starfield, procedural generation looks like ass in this game. Whatever technology they're using sucks ass. You will literally go and see a building, go somewhere else in a different planet across the galaxy, and see the same damn building. And I'm not talking about they look the same on the outside. No, same layout. The enemies are in the same exact place. The secret hiding places are in the same exact place. Remnant 2, everything looks the same, but it's like a fever dream. It's like everything is mirrored, but upside down and inside out. It is tremendous. You cannot. The reason I have 111 hours is because even though there's only, I think, what is it, 4 or 5 different worlds you go into, I think 6 with the final boss, every single world is completely different every single time. There is no way you can tell your buddy, hey bro, when you get to this world, go here, go there, and you'll be able to find this weapon. You will not be able to do that because the worlds will be completely different. There are so many secrets, there are so many hidden gems. The game is amazing. And the thing that I like best about this game is that it's accessible. It's not easy, it's accessible, meaning anybody can play it, anybody can beat it with enough practice. I cannot say the same about Souls games. I cannot say the same about Elden Ring. I cannot say the same about Solstice or any of these other fucking bullshit games.
So, I am going to
And Armored Core, I'm sorry, Armored Core is my runner up.
yeah, I'm going to defer on this because I have not played a single one of these titles.
Me
And
neither,
so,
except, oh wait, never mind. I thought you said neither, no Armored Cores. I never played Armored Core before till this one. And man, do I freaking love that game.
I am not a huge, just straight up action game title enjoyer. It's just not my thing. So, best action adventure game. This category is my thing. Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. There's one that they left off this list, which was kind of depressing. They put it on a different list because, well, they're dumb. What's up, Outsider Gaming Night? Also, I saw that we had another person in here. Hang on. Twisted Sin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And, okay, so they left out Final Fantasy 16 and put Final Fantasy 16 in the RPG category. Final Fantasy 16 was not an RPG. I don't care that it was made by Square Enix and had a Final Fantasy name to it, and lore and story and all of that. It was not an RPG. It is, however, an action adventure game. So, I'm about to smash this. Thank you. The fact that you can smash your stuff is great. Anyways, so honestly, for this one, man, I'm I'm gonna sound like a simp here, but it's either Spider-Man 2 or Star Wars. Like, the only thing that's gonna stop Star Wars from getting it is the fact that the game released in a really rough state.
And
This,
early in the year.
yeah, and man, that's the other thing though. Like every game on this list, I don't think Zelda wins best anything this year. Every game on this list
Shouldn't.
should win except for Zelda. And so I'm really torn on this category because I can make a case for every single one of these games. And so I'll lean into the game I loved, the game I platinumed, and I'll say Spider-Man 2, but I'm very shaky on that. What you got?
Man, it's tough when it's between Star Wars and Spider-Man. Um,
Yeah.
it's a tough one, man, because Spider-Man was such a beautiful game. It didn't have none of the issues that Star Wars had. But I'm gonna give this one to Jedi Survivor. One, I'm a Star Wars fan. Two, the the world building in this one is, I mean, it's all the things that we love about sequels. It's all the things that we love about Spider-Man 2. Star Wars has it. It's a much larger game than Spider-Man. So that's why I'm giving it to Star Wars, because the adventure part, it's extended by a whole lot. And when I play action adventure games, I really want it to be a deep, long game. And even though
Pause.
Spider-Man is a deep, long, yes, from the shit, big, deep, and especially, oh, never mind. As much as I love Spider-Man for those things, Star Wars just had way more, um, what do you call that? Diversity in it, meaning there was way more different types of enemies. There was way more different types. It's just a much bigger, and plus you travel galaxies and anything with outer space and sci-fi. I love, and you have a freaking lightsaber.
Man, I miss Church Keys also. How'd you bring that up, Hero? Was somebody mentioned him in the chat? No. Yeah, I miss him too, man. He is a good dude.
Who?
Really good guy. He last logged in to the PlayStation 5 months ago. So, that was a buddy of ours from, uh, the Saltiest Gaming podcast. He
Oh,
passed
really?
away.
Wait, who passed away?
He passed away in April? No, he passed away in May. Actually, he passed away a day after my birthday.
Bro, who are you talking about?
So you weren't on the show at this point.
Yeah, but I
Uh,
listened to it.
Church Keys.
Oh, Church Keys. Yeah, man. I forgot all about the RIP, man. Dude, yeah, he had a super relaxing, like, calm voice. I remember him, man. Very good takes.
Dude,
Very
he was
nice
so
guy.
chill. And him and I vibed really well. Like, we would just call each other and just bullshit throughout the day. Uh, it, anyways, back to this, because I don't need to get on that. No, 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 no. We're going to move away from that now. We're going to put that in a compartment, and we're going to leave it there for a while. Best RPG. What's up, Toolman? Yeah, dude. Oh god, y'all are gonna get me all in it. Best RPG: Baldur's Gate 3,
Starfield.
Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. Dear God, it has to go to Starfield.
It won't go to
Actually,
Starfield.
no, it doesn't. That was the nomination alone was a pity fuck.
It was. Oh, big time. Holy shit. No, that pity fuck was the pity fucks of all pity fucks, bro. This is like the hottest chick in the world, like last man standing in the universe. Like, okay, fuck it. We need to save humanity. We might as well. I'll put a bag over your head, and you're the dude. Like, that's yeah, no, that's. But dude, that's
Starfield gets
the
the Razzie. Yeah, F that.
yes,
Starfield
that's
deserves
exactly what it
nothing.
deserves. And
Uh,
I'm not saying I hate Starfield, guys, because I do have 60 hours into it. I had a decent time with it, and by decent, I mean like I really didn't have anything else to play at the moment. That's what I mean by decent. Like, your mom made some soup in summer. You're like, oh shit, like it's hot as balls outside, and you made soup, but I'm hungry, so whatever. That was Starfield. If they would have, and this is my biggest argument with Starfield is that if they would have released this game in 2013, it would have been game of the year for sure. But it's belongs there. That's where it stays because they did I mean, just the design of the game, the technicality of the game. I mean, there's loading screens for everything. Um, and the sad part is that bots are so delusional that they think that it deserves to be there because it's their best game. And this is what I was talking about earlier when you said that I'm from Minnesota, Thrifty, which I'm not. This is like taking a hot chick, right? She's a 8 in Wisconsin, where I'm from, but she's a 4, a Miami 4. She's an LA 4, a New York 4. Yes, she may be a 8 in Wisconsin, but when you take her to the creme de la creme of beauty, she falls really, really short. And that's the story with Xbox. They think that their games
guys,
may
this is
be
why Will is
good.
single right now. Just want you to know that.
No, it's single because whatever. But I was about to get into a Dr. Phil moment. Well, no, I've been working on myself for the last, whatever, and I'm making more money
No,
now,
I was just fucking with you.
But the with Starfield, damn, I lost my train of thought. But they think that because it's the best game that they have out, that it should be the best in everything, in competition with the best of everything. Well, it's not. It's a 83, but for you guys, it's like a 95. It's a 83 because it's an 83. You're talking
Sure.
about what was Spider-Man at 90 or 91?
I think I think it stayed at 90, if I'm not
At
mistaken.
90. So we're 7 points away from Starfield. Those 7 points are like 7,000 points in comparison. I mean, it's just completely crazy that, and they will for real fight and justify with you of why Starfield deserves to be there. But once again, they're taking a game that is a 7 for an Xbox game, but it's a 4 in comparison to the gaming industry.
Yeah, and the problem with Starfield is that it shouldn't win. But like everything that you said is dead on accurate, and if they decide that
No, there's
hey,
nothing wrong with Minnesota, Nelson. I love my neighbors.
there's
I mean, you live there, dude. You being there automatically upgrades the state.
not really. No, I'm
Not
just
really.
kidding. Um, guys, is there an echo? Do y'all hear an echo? Because I'm hearing an echo in my headphones and it's driving me absolutely nuts. Okay, guess not. Cool, cool. Uh, yeah. So best RPG for me, it's probably gonna go. Damn. Mmm. Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah, I think this was gonna win it too.
Sea
Baldur's
of
Gate 3.
Stars? Maybe? Here's the deal. If Sea of Stars, and here's where it gets into the politicking a bit. If Sea of Stars doesn't win Best Indie, then it's going to win Best RPG. I believe that. But then I would have a problem if Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year, but couldn't beat out Sea of Stars for Best RPG, because that makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
when
mean?
do
Since
rarely things make sense?
I mean that's true. Um, so best fighting game. I know that Byron's in the chat and he was talking about this when he first showed up. Here we go. Best fighting game: God of Rock. Don't know what the hell that is. Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon Brawl 2, uh, Pocket Bravery. Pause. And then Street Fighter 6. That's not a really a contest.
I have no idea, man. I don't play any fighting games. I only play them for 30 seconds just to get the PlayStation Star points.
Just download them and move on just to get the
Yep,
stars.
just to get the
I want
points,
my
man.
$5 gift card, damn it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this one it's gonna go to either Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 6.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want Street Fighter to win because I really like the art style and the like drawings they went back to. But I don't play fighting games, and it's kind of a category that I don't care about, like the next one. And so we're gonna skip that. Uh, I don't know. No. No, no. Okay, here's a big one. This one could lead to some argument, and I like that. Most anticipated game: Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, that's the winner. Hades
Hell
2,
no.
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Star Wars Outlaws is the second, Tekken 8, which is the third. So that's mine. It's going to be Rebirth.
You shouldn't even be allowed to vote in this because you're such a Final Fantasy
It's going
fanboy
to be
that
Rebirth.
you have no logical thinking when it comes to anything Final Fantasy. So you shouldn't even be allowed to even have an opinion
It's
on this.
going to be Rebirth.
No, honestly, you know what this gonna be? It's gonna be Hades too. I'm serious. That's what it's gonna be. And my pick is Star Wars Outlaws. I think the game looks fucking great, but I think Hades 2 is gonna end up winning that one because it just has the PC, gamers. It's got the Xbox gamers. It's got the Switch gamers. It's got every gamer. So fuck, Hades is gonna be on playable on mobile phones on iPhones, through the Netflix subscription. That's the only way you can play it. And I think it starts January, February 2024. So it's a very popular game, man. Very, very popular. So I think that's gonna be the game that wins most anticipated. But my pick would be Outlaws.
Outlaw, yeah, that's my second. I think Outlaws runs a good second. I think at the Ubisoft show, they're the ones doing that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Ubisoft is doing it. Yes.
Yeah. So at the Ubisoft show, I think they actually did a great job. I'm doing a breaking and entering right now. This game is absolutely insane.
What game is it?
It's a teardown. I'm
Oh,
destroying a
okay.
window right now to get inside of a building, and it looks like I'm not going to be able to. Anyways, so yeah, that's my second. I think that Ubisoft knocked it out of the park when they gave that as the at their showcase, and so yeah, I don't foresee anything really beating that per se. But if a game would beat that, it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree.
here we go. Esports team, don't give a shit about that. Okay. The big deal, the big game, the big argumentative topic, the big thing that makes Xbox sit in their room, stare at their refrigerator, and just cry. Let's get into the Game of the Year nominations. We have Alan Wake 2, made by Remedy Entertainment and Epic Games Publishing. We have Baldur's Gate 3, published and developed by Larian Studios. We have Marvel's Spider-Man 2, developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Incorporated of America. Or Sony Incorporated Entertainment. SIE. There we go. Sony Entertainment Incorporated. That's weird that they put the I before the E. I never noticed that before. Anyways, Resident Evil 4 by Capcom. Super Mario Wonder, published by Nintendo and developed by Nintendo EPD. And then The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, also done by Nintendo EPD, published by Nintendo. So, first out of this list, I am going to say that Hogwarts Legacy did not get a single fucking nomination,
Dude, that's the biggest snafu in gaming history.
and that's bullcrap. It
Yep,
should have got something.
that's a political thing.
Political. Oh,
For the J.K. Rowling shit.
because of,
It,
yeah.
it, it's just nobody wanted to be caught, putting this game down because of what happened with the J.K. Rowling shit earlier this year. Now, I think that is bullshit, of course. Not speaking of the whole situation, I'm just saying that the video game, it's its own separate thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason. And look at the nominees. I mean, every single one of them deserves to be there, except, in my opinion, is Resident Evil 4. I think it should have been Hogwarts in there instead of Resident Evil 4. Now, look, Resident Evil, the port of it, the remake, it's an amazing game. It really is. But when I consider Game of the Years, there has to be a couple criterias. One is originality. Two is sales. We have to include that in there. Three is, of course, gameplay. Four, direction. All those categories need to be included in there. And when we look at all the games that are in there, Resident Evil is the only one that doesn't meet originality. Sure, they did new things. Sure, they made some things better, but it's essentially the same exact game that you could have played 15 years ago. So it does not deserve to be there. I think that they should have its own category. Remakes and remasters, that should definitely be one because there's all like Dead Space. Dead Space is a great one. I think that should win some sort of award. Just not Game of the Year like Resident Evil 4 has been nominated
Right.
for.
Just not Game of the Year. Like, can we not give it Game of the Year?
But that's how scared these freaking gaming journalists are about being involved with Hogwarts. And that's the reason why the channel I was shouting out earlier, Girlfriend Reviews, they actually made her cry because they were reviewing the game and they were calling them all sorts of nasty names because they think that by her playing the game means that she's not for their cause. Where she's like, no, guys, I'm completely of this cause, but I'm doing my job, first off, playing Hogwarts Legacy. Second of all, J.K. Rowling has nothing to do with the game except the creator of the IP. She's not involved with anything here, and it's just a big cluster. But I think that's how scared. That's the flip side of the coin. Where yeah, Starfield, it should be nominated. We all know that, and obviously you need a big portion of the voters to say, hey, we're gonna think alike and put Starfield in the running for Game of the Year. There's not enough of that for it to be nominated, and that's why I said it wasn't going to be nominated. But on the same time, you have Hogwarts Legacy, who totally deserves to be there. Dude, Hogwarts Legacy was a console seller. It
Yeah.
sold probably more PS5 than Spider-Man, or up to Spider-Man. Like, and in NPDs, Spider-Man is in fourth place, and it's only been out for 3 weeks, and it's competing against Hogwarts Legacy that came out in February, guys. Like, it's just ridiculous. But that's the other flip side of the coin. It's like where they're so terrified with even mentioning Hogwarts Legacy because of their political views and the politicalization of the whole situation that they're just like, look, you know what? We're keeping our hands clean from this, and they included something like Resident Evil 4.
I mean, maybe.
No, we
Uh,
know this, bro. We know
do
this.
we?
Yes, we
I
do.
don't know.
I mean,
Listen, I'm
what
a
other
conspiracy
game
theorist like the
sold?
best of them, but
Chat, you let me know. Am I
I
off
think
base
that
with this?
I think there's a couple problems with your hypothesis.
Okay, name them.
So Problem number one is that I think the reason it didn't get nominated is not for any of the reasons you listed, but because it came out late, or I mean early. And so you have recency bias. You
Zelda came out the
always,
next month.
yes, but you always have recency bias in these games. How
I didn't
many?
even play Hogwarts. I didn't even like Hogwarts.
So
I own it. I got 7 hours into it. I just got my broom. Well, last time I
that's
played it.
that sounds like a you problem. I've beat the game.
I'm not saying it's a terrible game. I'm just saying I don't like it. Just like Alan Wake, I'm not a huge fan of Alan Wake, but I can see its greatness. What's the other one that we everybody thinks is gonna win? The RPG, the Baldur's Gate. I think that's gonna win. I own it. I try playing it, but I just can't get into turn-based games. But doesn't mean that I can't see that it's gonna win, and the things that it's doing for gaming and the you know them making it the quality and all this shit. Definitely, I think it's gonna win. I just don't like that game. So it has nothing to do with me liking Harry Potter because I don't even like Harry Potter. But I can tell that Hogwarts, based on the 7 hours that I played, it's a very well made game. As a matter of fact, the game is made so well that whatever TV show that they plan to do next, or book, or anything that we like, that they want to make into a game, I hope they do half the job they did for Hogwarts Legacy. Because they did such a great
Yeah,
job with it.
that's why I feel like it got screwed. It should have been nominated somewhere. I don't know where you would have put it in the year that we've had, but it should have been nominated somewhere.
What's the Metacritic on Hogwarts? It's in the 90s. So that's why it's not my bias, and that's the reason that my theory has a lot of possibility, is because okay, it may not got nominated for Game of the Year, but it could have got nominated in any other category: RPG, art style, game direction. I mean, the score,
It was an 84.
actors. Still,
Nah, you can't say that. There's so many other games that came out ahead of it on the rankings.
dude, Hi-Fi Rush is 80, what, a 86 or 85 or some shit, and it still got nominated for best RPG. Final Fantasy 87, where it's mid 80s. There, that's not an excuse to not include it. And like I said, it sold a shit ton of games. What game in any category is in there that didn't sell a shit ton? Hogwarts is the only one that got left out that sold a shit ton. And we're not talking about the Maddens, we're not talking about the Call of Duties, we're not talking about those. We're talking about like real. I'm not saying those aren't real games, but I'm talking about
Ah,
real games.
it's close enough.
There is no other game that sold as much as Hogwarts, that had the conversation like Hogwarts. Positive. I'm not even talking about the political shit, but just positive. How the game was built, how they stuck to the story, and every people love it. Console seller, the quality of the game itself, the storyline. I mean, it fits all the criteria to be nominated, even in the shittiest of categories.
I mean, you're not going to hear me disagree with you on the.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this to agree or disagree with you. I'm saying this because you're saying that I'm wrong because of Regency bias or whatever. No, it's just the facts. It's sold. It's in the top five bestsellers of the year. The the positive reception outweighed the negative by a million, and the negative was more than any game this year. The quality of the game is up there with the Alan Wakes and the Spider-Mans and the Zeldas and all this other shit. It's up there with that. Like, there is no good reason why this game could not get nominated for any award at all. On paper, there is not one reason why it shouldn't have. I mean, dude, it did almost six times the amount in sales that Resident Evil 4 did. Like, there's just isn't an excuse. There is no plausible excuse for why it shouldn't have been there.
Except that it came out in a year that had a metric ton of other games.
Okay, thrifty, but then you, once again, yes, a ton of games, but that doesn't mean it couldn't get nominated for at least one of them.
I
For at
mean,
least one category. They completely shunned this game
yes.
out.
Okay.
That is not normal. I'm not talking about game of the year. I'm saying any other thing. Anything. No game has gotten shunned like that. With the dude, as soon as that game got announced, the hype was through the roof. It wasn't until the game actually was releasing that they made a big stink out of it because of the politicization of it. But the hype was through the roof. People, like, so many YouTube channels were talking about this game for years. Leaks. It was one of those games where the leaks were a big deal. I mean, there's no other game in the hype category and the quality category and the sales category, no other game that has been shunned like Hogwarts. None. And yes, what is it? What's like in the Animal Crossing did sell 35 million. It lost to It Takes Two. I'm not talking about that. But also, Animal Crossing didn't have the hype that Hogwarts had at all. The gameplay wasn't nothing brand new, wasn't revolutionary. This Animal Crossing isn't a game that people have been wanting to play for 20 years since the Harry Potter books came out. Remember, the age of the average gamer in the United States is between 33 to 37 years old. People our age were reading Harry Potter books in school. So if that's the majority of the gamers know of Harry Potter, majority of gamers were interested in a game like Harry Potter, if not Harry Potter himself. The game comes out and it's exactly what we wanted, everything we hoped for it to be, and you're talking that it's not even nominated for art direction? Come on, dude. Let's think critically here.
No. Why? Like, you're
That
not
game
allowed to
broke the
think
internet.
critically.
Gamer of Light. The game broke the damn internet, dude. What other game had that much of an impact in the first half of the year? None. Everything people was talking about was Hogwarts. That's a podcast. And the argument was, I don't like Hogwarts, but it's a great game, or I raise my kids and they love Hogwarts. Every podcast, not just from us hardcore gamers, from the casuals. How many people that don't game at all bought a PS5 just to play Hogwarts? Remember, they made a big deal out of PlayStation getting an extra mission, or a exclusive
Well,
mission.
they also made a big deal when that game first came out, and this is where I agree with you a bit. Like, they made a huge deal when that first came out because, like, you would have people who would go into game stores and go, "Wait, Hogwarts is on Xbox too?" Like,
Yeah,
because because it was that like that pushed on PlayStation and that good on PlayStation, and everybody was playing the PS5 copy of it. And so, yes,
Oh,
I,
before you continue, I just want to make this very clear, guys. I'm not talking about Hogwarts for Game of the Year. No. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it should be. I'm talking just any category. Any. Sorry to
Action,
cut you off.
adventure, role play, hell,
Any.
accessibility.
Accessible. Dude, art. I mean, fuck anything. Not even a honorable mention, dude. That's just fishy, dude. A game can't sell fucking 30 million copies. you
15.
know, 50, I'm sorry, 15 million. I'm thinking of the Spider-Man's. They sold over 30 million. Uh, 15 million copies from one of the most popular IPs in the world, in the history of the world, in all media. I mean, this Hogwarts has his Harry Potter has his own amusement park, dude. Like, come on. I may sound crazy right now, but you cannot look at this logically and think, how is it possible that not even one simple category this game could even get a freaking mention?
Yeah.
That just it makes no sense to me
No,
whatsoever.
you know what? I'll concede that point. Yeah, they probably got snubbed.
And it
They
just got
probably
released on Switch.
really,
So the
they probably
conversation has been
really
on
got
YouTube
snubbed.
about that. How's the quality? How they getting it to run on the Switch? Like it's just been nonstop Hogwarts talking except for the Game Awards. But that's not a Jeff problem. That is a cultural, you know, um, gaming journalist problem. Because just like the Xbox tax, are we going to talk about that?
uh, if you'd like.
Well, it's just like the Xbox tax. Most of these gaming journalists, they tend to lean towards Xbox. That's I'm making this proclamation, right? They tend to lean towards Xbox. Why? Because of Game Pass. Why? Because of PC. It all ties with each other. So yes, there is the tax, meaning that Xbox pays less tax because now you have a game like Starfield that's an 84 that they think that it should be nominated for Game of the Year. It's a tax, but the opposite way that they think it is. They're not getting shunned, they're getting way more props than they should. Let's go back to 2021. Who won Publisher of the Year? Xbox. The year that they didn't release a fucking game.
I mean, they won Green Publisher of the Year.
Green, yes. But when we talk about a tax, it's Xbox. Who gets screwed? PlayStation got screwed. Horizon lost to Zelda. Horizon lost to Elden Ring again. Now, yes, that was a natural, organic thing. Elden Ring, I mean, took over the fucking world there. But the tax is actually the other way around. But these people have gaslit themselves to believe that an 83 Metacritic game that we don't know how many is sold of anything deserves to be in Game of the Year conversation, let alone nominated, when the completion rate is low. Fuck, even their highest rated game, Hi-Fi Rush, completion rate is down the drain. It just blows my mind. While Sony over here on this side is releasing PlayStation Portables, headsets, games of the year, PlayStation Slims. It's a complete night and day of what's happening in the gaming industry. Even Nintendo bringing back Mario RPG, highly anticipated game. Mario Wonders, incredible what they did with that IP and making it fresh again. Zelda doing things in the game 30 frames in this freaking IKEA, like Thrifty says, doing things that people have never been able to do in games before at this magnitude. You can basically build whatever the hell you want to build whenever you want to build it. How has Xbox pushed gaming forward? How have they even have they even made anything that makes people want to talk about it for more than a day and not in a negative way? No, they don't. They are succubuses. Porter Rock hits you right on the head. They literally drain energy from everything they do. Thrifty mentioned earlier about the free Microsoft Windows or whatever, the PDF thing, and they figured out a way how to charge you money for it. Like they are a succubus. They are a poison to the gaming industry. Now, I don't hate Xbox. I actually hope they do well because I'm a gamer and I want games. It's like the Cookie Monsters. Give me cookies to eat. Give me games to play. But fuck, they are toxic. They are ruining gaming for the rest of us. They are coming out with these freaking partnerships, these 10-year deals that are blowing smoke in people's asses. They're spending $70 billion, increasing the market value of shit that definitely doesn't need to be raised. ABK's value doesn't need to go up. It needs to go fucking down. Look at the DLC that we get with Call of Duty. $70 for a 3 hour campaign. That really pissed me off big time because one of the first podcasts that I was in, I literally said that I'm the type of Call of Duty gamer that is willing to pay the $70 to get their 6, 7 hour campaign because I think Call of Duty shooter is the best in the industry. I don't think there is another game that is releasing a shooter at the quality level that Call of Duty is doing. And then what do they do this year? They fucking come out with this bullshit campaign that lasts 3 hours it's a 4 out of 10. Now, I'm not saying this is Xbox fault, but it is Xbox fault because they spent 70 billion on this fucking bullshit. And this is Phil's fucking fault. He could have stopped fucking the vampire game Redfall, but he fucking didn't. He could have done something about Forza Motorsport, but he fucking didn't because he's got timelines to meet, right? At the same time, the fucking gamers are protecting him. They're defending him. He's the second coming of Christ. I don't mean to take his name in vain. But when are we gonna call out the fucking bullshit? I'm tired of this shit. Now their new argument is, oh, the game's on Game Pass, so it's basically an Xbox exclusive. In what fucking universe? In what universe? These guys are taking third-party fucking games and claiming them as their own because they're an Xbox exclusive. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, guys, what you just experienced was a rant from Will. He goes on these a couple times per show. Like I said, these are things that he thinks about throughout the week and that just end up pissing him off a bit. And so, as you can see, I'm having a blast with this game right now. I have sub to channel and hit the like. So, if you ever wonder what you need to do when you're at the channel, just look right here and you can see this. Yes, it is his superpower. He's fantastic at it. Uh, so, yeah, like, let's get back in after that. What is your game of the year winner?
I want it to be Spider-Man, but I think it's gonna be Baldur's Gate.
That's fair. That's what I think. I think it should be Spider-Man, but and I think on a year where Baldur's Gate didn't come out, I think it would have been.
Dude, it's
Um,
PlayStation's luck, man. I mentioned earlier Horizon in 17 with Zelda, and then again with Elden Ring, and then God of War with who won Game of the Year last year? Um,
who did
yeah,
one
Twisted.
last?
I seen the Yoda clip, dude. That shit's hilarious, man. Super funny.
Who did
Yeah,
go and do that?
yeah. Who the fuck won Game of the Year?
Who won it last year? Was last year Elden Ring?
I thought it was 21.
Nope, nope. Chat is kicking us off our own show. It's Elden Ring.
Oh, it is Elden Ring. So yeah, God of War. So what was the year? When did Horizon come out? 2021? Oh, It Takes Two won that year.
Yes, it
Wait a
beat out
minute.
Horizon
Yeah,
because then
yeah, yeah,
Horizon won Best Technical Innovation
yeah,
from the Europe Awards or something like that.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, PlayStation releases, but you know what? That's the consistency of PlayStation. Um, Zubitech on Twitter put out a great tweet, and it's basically the last like 12 years of the Game Awards. Xbox hasn't released not one contender.
Nope.
Not one contender. PlayStation's got a game in there every single fucking year.
So
Like,
this is actually going to bring us to our next topic, and I'm glad you brought that up. So here's the deal: my pick, game of the year. We didn't have a lot of discussion on it. It wasn't a lot of back and forth about it because it's like there's only really one title that's going to win, and it's been talked about since the day it dropped, and that's Baldur's Gate 3.
yeah,
But Will, you just brought up an amazing point that leads me into the final topic: quality versus quantity. So Xbots and people who proverbially live in their mother's basements, um, those people have said PlayStation only has one first party exclusive this year. And then you point out VR, and they're like, I mean, not VR. Okay, cool. Um, so what do y'all have? Well, Xbox gave us four of them. We got four, man. We got. Oh, really? What'd you get, man? We got this awesome little indie title. We got a racer. We got a multiplayer game, and we got an RPG. Woo hoo! I was like, man, those games must be amazing. Uh, they must be doing great. Well, no, no, not really. No. Well, why not, man? You said you got four games. That's awesome. If I got four games like Spider-Man, do you imagine how nuts that would be? Um, well, we didn't get one game like Spider-Man. We got Starfield and and a vampire game that wasn't really a vampire game, that was a shooter that was kind of a thing, um, but it really sucked. And we got Hi-Fi Rush. That was really cool, but that's it. Oh, what about the fourth one? Oh yeah, we're still waiting on the other half of that game. Like, holy shit! Like, it's it's comical
dude, they
because
hyped up Pentiment. That's how you know they're full of shit. They had to stoop so low to hype up Pentiment last year. And remember, guys, Hi-Fi Rush was already in the fucking works. Starfield was already in the fucking works. And I just tweeted today I retweeted Xbox's post today, which is 20 years ago today we released the Xbox One. And my retweet said, for all you fucks that believe Xbox is still new to this shit. No, they're fucking adults in the gaming industry. They're 22 years fucking old. How much longer are we gonna accept this shit? I'm just tired of this shit. Then you got fuck faces like the dude that was on Porter Rock's channel. I forget his fucking name, but it's irrelevant. He's over here defending, speaking of games, defending a game like Forza Motorsport, where the people who play Forza Motorsport don't even like the fucking game. They're saying how much shit is missing from there compared to the previous years. But that's them. Instead of looking at things like me, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Of course, I have my biases, but I had a discussion with you guys about Harry Potter, Hogwarts, right? I don't have any evidence that they got snubbed for those reasons. But I laid out some reasonable explanations, some logic, and even some facts in there. I give you guys some numbers. I gave you guys a little bit of the history. I give you guys about the quality of the fucking game. They cannot bring up any of those fucking topics while defending their shit. So all they're doing is going around in fucking circles, gaslighting each other, touching each other's dicks to make themselves feel better about their $500 investment. And what does Phil say? Well, you know what? Since you guys want to spend $300 on this shitty fucking potato, I'm gonna come out with another one that's gonna cost you an extra $50, even though the cost of memory has gone down in the last 3 fucking years. And what do you see them lining up? Thank you, Phil. Seal clapping. Sign my ass, like Jess
Phil
said. Fuck
Spencer.
off.
So the thing is that yeah, we got one game, and it's a 90 nominated for Game of the Year. Y'all fools got 4 games and didn't do shit with it. Like 4 games, and you couldn't get one of them on the podium. Hell, Nintendo got 2 of them, and y'all's asses couldn't get one. I don't under. What's the 5th game? There's a fifth. There's a fifth. What's the 5th? I plead the 5th. Don't forget Minecraft. Oh, fuck Minecraft. No, that's not a game.
Another game that was made before them.
Right. All they did was buy it. Um.
And I think that's why they won Publisher of the Year or Green Publisher of the Year was because of Minecraft. But no, they're just so
Minecraft.
dirty, man. They're super dirty. As a matter of fact, guys, whenever you get the chance, Porter Rock made a video not too long ago, probably about a month and a half ago, explaining
Oh, I think we're having some technical difficulty. So Porter Mark made a video explaining. We'll get back to the rest of that when Will returns. Furthermore, in the rest of the gaming news.
Sorry about that, guys. They my headphones died there. But Portermark made a great video, basically on how Xbox created their Xbox One S or whatever, and it was basically because of Minecraft, because the company that makes Minecraft had the details on the PlayStation Pro in order to work their game. And when Xbox bought them, they got access to all that information. And once again, Xbox doing what Xbox does, they had to be quick on their feet and create something like that because they had no plans to do so. And that's how the Xbox Series S came about. They didn't need that, but they did it to compete with PlayStation.
I mean, yes, they've told us that. Like that's I don't know. Like I think some of that was beating a dead horse, but I agree because they keep bringing the horse back to life, or at least trying to. Uh, but it's the quality over quantity. Look at what we're getting. Xbox gives you a refrigerator. We're getting $1,300 earbuds for $200. Xbox give you cloud gaming or the potential for cloud gaming. We're giving you a PlayStation Portal that can be updated, that can be done, that the guy comes out and says, yeah, phase 1 is remote play. Phase 2, cloud gaming. You know what can be updated via the internet? Your Portal. Oh, that's cool. I believe that somebody on this channel, me, said that that's probably what they were going to do in time for either the PS5 Pro or just something that they do on its own and make it a perk for PlayStation Plus Premium. I believe I said that because that would help justify the cost increase. Now, them doing it early doesn't justify it, but whatever. So we are getting the best of the best of the best of the best. Okay? And it just takes a little bit to get it. So everything seems to get delayed. But when it comes out, it's absolutely fantastic. Now flip the coin over on the other side. They have a great cadence of games. And that's where it ends. The graphics aren't great. The stories aren't amazing. The sound quality's not good. The frames per second is in the toilet most of the time. The games are using old assets from 2 games ago, from a platform ago. And when you play them side by side, they look the exact same. So, I was really hard on PlayStation for the past few months. We were only getting one game this year. It didn't feel right. I didn't like the fact that we were only getting one exclusive. What are the other studios doing? And at this point, I think I'm almost to the point of I really don't give a shit. Because I know that whatever they do, whatever they give me from their first party studios, with the exception of PlayStation All Stars, is going to be absolutely amazing. I am super excited to see how Fair Games turns out now. I'm really excited to see what the other studios are cooking. I'm not saying I don't want to get updated or I don't want to get informed as to what's going on, but it's no longer, if they come out and tell me that next year we got 1 to 2 games coming and all the rest of it's third party stuff like that, fine, great, don't care, appreciate it. I know whatever you're about to send me is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Dude, and
And
the
so
irony in that is that they try like we've had about 4 exclusives to PlayStation this year, right? Yes, one of them
I
is
think
from
so,
first
yeah.
party, but the irony of it all, bots will say, "Oh, those are third-party deals." And I'm like, dude, your whole company is based off fucking third-party deals. Even your sweetheart Halo and Gears, those were all third-party fucking IPs that you bought out, especially Gears. After the third one, Epic said, "We're done with this," and they looked at Microsoft like the suckers they are, said, "We'll sell you everything, the rights, and go ahead." And okay, and Microsoft spent that money, got it, and it turned to shit. They've been trying to shit on the PlayStation Portal all day today. Now, look, I'm not a huge fan of the Portal. I mentioned this already. I am going to end up getting it because I do have some opportunity at work to play it.
That bitch is
But
sold out. Sold out.
yeah, sold
Good
out
luck. Good luck
everywhere,
finding it.
everywhere. I will. I'll be able to get it. They pop up. But the point is, people have been shitting on the portal all day today. A lot of journalists as well talking about, yeah, it's laggy. If you don't have whatever 300 megabyte download speed at least, you're gonna be going through a hard time. And J Dub said the most beautiful thing ever. He's like, oh, so now all you motherfuckers who got $5,000 PCs never had a problem connecting before, but now you get the PlayStation Portal, and now you do.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, get
Yeah.
out of here, bro. That's the Xbox tax right there. Everything PlayStation does is wrong, even though they're adding to the industry and giving us new options and giving us quality. What has Xbox done?
Yeah, so I was actually watching a little bit of Jez's stream today where he did the unboxing of it. Uh, Guys, everybody here already knows him, but Jez did a full unboxing. Go check out his channel. It's called The Gaming Grindhouse. Fantastic channel. Go check him out. He did an unboxing, and so as he was doing it and everything, it was really cool. Looks great. Looks like the build quality of it looks awesome. I love the look of it. It looks almost like a Batarang, which who in their right fucking mind doesn't want to have a Batarang in their hand? I'm just saying. Second, he said the battery life is actually pretty good on it, and watching him play it, he was in an awkward position, but watching him play it, I didn't notice lag. I didn't notice anything. And so I am extremely, extremely excited. The user interface on it seems to operate just like if you were turning on your PlayStation with your DualSense. So, like, you push the button, your PlayStation comes up on the little 8-inch screen, and you're there. There's no signing in, there's no doing anything. It's just once the initial setup is done, you just press the PS button on the portal, turns it on, and you're good. And you're ready to go. And the fact that the thing is out, sold out, can't find them right now. They're not there. They're gone. Off of shelves. Non-existent at stores, as it were. And everybody was like, no, the thing's not going to sell. That's not going to sell. Nobody wants that. That's stupid. Um, Not sold out in Australia yet. Well, y'all didn't know y'all were getting it until like 2 days ago, so that's not fair.
And look, no
Like,
offense to Australia, I love you guys, Josh, Warwana, Hero, y'all are amazing, but the real market is the United States. You know, that's where they make the majority of their money. But it
okay.
will be sold
So,
out. It will be
so
sold out in Australia,
well,
just like it
Warawana
is
just said
everywhere
it's
else.
not coming out till February over there, so that's cool. Fine. Like, it'll be sold out. So it just got announced. That's hilarious. But yeah, so Josh, yes, the real market is Japan, but America still sold it out too. So did the UK, which is what I'm saying. It's so much it's so much bigger than what people gave it credit for. Honestly, I think the PlayStation Portal, and people are going to hate me for this one. I think the PlayStation Portal has a larger appeal than the PSVR 2.
Well, yeah, because it's
Also
way
at a lower
cheaper.
price point.
But people are look, and I just had talked to my cousin about this. He just texted me today, my younger cousin, and he's like, "Oh, bro, do you see this thing? It's like a Switch." And I'm like, "No, it's not like a Switch. You need to be hooked, you need to hook up." And it let him down. So I think that there's gonna be a lot of that too. A lot of the casuals are gonna be thinking this is like a PSP or a Switch, and it's not. And I think once that realization comes in, and look, I just had this discussion with a Twitter guy. He was pissed off. He's like, "I'm selling my shit for $50. What do I'm like, no, the fuck, nah, stop." But I
So,
understand he expected a Switch but got a streaming
okay,
device.
so let me say this about people in 2023. If you go out and spend $200 on a tech device and you don't do a little bit of research on it, I have zero sympathy and I wonder what your IQ is.
No, me neither. But
You know what I
unfortunately,
mean?
look, I'm a customer service all day. That's what I do, and I still have guys coming in telling me I don't have an email or how do I do that? I'm like, dude, you know how to use Instagram, but you don't know how to freaking go on a website. But that's the world we live in. Like we are very unique, in the market that we're hardcore gamers and we know all about it. But a lot of people don't like. A lot of people don't even know what share play is, or how profiles work, or PlayStation Plus. Like a lot of people don't really understand that, the
So
casual market.
SharePlay is actually stupid dope. SharePlay is not the same as share screen, which you can do.
Hmm.
It's also not the same as pass the controller. Like, all three of those features you can do on a PS5. One basically lets you, while you're sharing your screen with somebody, I can pass the controller virtually to you and let you play. So, like, Dark Souls games and stuff like that, you could pass the controller over to Wara and let Wara play, get you past that, and then send the controller back to you. Stuff like that can happen. Share play, I'm sorry, yeah, share play, share game, share
Share
screen,
play.
share play is the one, yeah. Share play basically lets you take a buddy's account, you log in on the second profile on your PlayStation, and you can now share his game catalog. And if you give him your information, you can now share your game catalog with him. Now, it can only be done with up to one other PlayStation, but like still, I got a buddy who lives up in Missouri, and him and I share play. Granted, after we started share playing, he sold his PS5, which was real sad. But we did it for a little bit, and it was how he bought the new Madden game, and I played it and was like, "Oh, this thing sucks." Cool, and I got off immediately. But like, that's cool that you can do that. And so, innovation, game sharing, all that crap. And we get it in our box. And what the I'm going to point out another thing that this channel got right. Elon Musk got down and actually pulled his head out of his arse and out of the clouds and said, "Hey, PlayStation's wanting to leave the Twitter ecosystem. That's not good. I want them here still. I'll look into this." He has now met with some people from PlayStation, and the two sides are discussing back and forth, not just getting share play, or not just getting photo sharing allowed, but Elon Musk
Streaming.
wants live streaming from the PlayStation to Twitter or to X. So he's basically going to them and going, "Hey guys, wait, please don't go. Here's what we're trying to do. Here's where we think y'all fit in. Here's what we want." And like, did he do that for Xbox? No.
Nope. And they went through the same shit. But dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. All the evidence and facts is out there, but yet they're acting like none of that shit exists. Like it's really driving me insane because how can you see something and logically and factual and just go against it? Like I don't know, man, but that's how you can tell that throughout history people got brainwashed into doing horrible things and believing certain things is because the beautiful lie is better than the ugly truth.
El- yes, Nick. Elon is a pony. Confirmed.
He's more of a PC, master race, but yeah.
Honestly, with the way his mind is seemingly working, I could see him being huge into video games. Like, I don't know if he is a huge gamer, but I could see him being,
Uh,
dude,
I don't think he is. He's
Astro,
making too much money.
thanks for joining the channel, man, or woman, or thank you for joining the channel. Uh, yeah, really cool. Heck yeah, guys. So that's kind of our nominations. That's I have gotten to the point now, and I hope that other people have as well, where it's not all about how many games we get. PlayStation's going to keep us fed. And this isn't like Xbox when they say, "But they're giving us games, guys, you just gotta wait." And then they release shit. When PlayStation says, "Hey guys, you gotta wait. We don't believe in the quality of the product right now, and we have to wait." We need to look at them and go, "Cool, appreciate it. I don't want to play a shitty game." And that does open us up to play other bangers, like I predict Helldivers 2 to be. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be. You have whichever one that Will was talking about earlier. Hades 2. Uh, those are going to be highly anticipated games. And so when PlayStation comes out and says, "Hey guys, we're not going to have another game until October of next year. But up until then, we're going to have this, that, and the other." Well, none of those games are from first party studios. Right. But that's okay. Because you're going to be getting Lost Soul Aside. You're maybe. You're going to be getting Stellar Blade. Maybe. You're going to be getting these other titles. And then at the end of the year, or in the middle of the year, we're going to give you Marathon. Or not Marathon,
That'll be 2025.
2025. But like,
Why,
go ahead.
guys, let me point this out.
Stellar
Just think
games.
about what I'm about to say this real quick. Think about what I'm about to say and think about how it affects you when you receive this information, okay? When I tell you Xbox is going to release Hellblade, Avowed, Fable, and the games they've been mentioning for the last 3, 4 years. When I say that and I say, hey guys, those games are coming soon. When you think of soon for those games, what are you thinking? Are you thinking 2024, the next 6 months, 2025, eventually within the life cycle of this console? Like, what are you thinking? For me, I'm thinking we'll get one maybe in 2024, maybe, probably not, because they've been promising this shit for years. When I tell you Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon 3, the next God of War, um, all the PlayStation games, Ghost of Tsushima, Stella Yams, Lost Soul Aside, all these games, what are you thinking? For me, I think 2024 will see a couple of those games, 2025 will see more, 2027 will see even more for sure, and not including all the other ones they have we don't even know about. Do you see the two different ways of thinking here, guys? For PlayStation, we know they're gonna come through because they have been. For Xbox, it's a crapshoot, the flip of a coin, a guessing. We need astrology. We need to go see a mediator. We need to like connect the dots to even get a window of when this shit's gonna come out. That's the difference between the two companies. Nintendo, they're quiet. Then they say, hey guys, next month we're releasing this banger of a game. It's just completely different all over the place. PlayStation, Nintendo, and I want to give companies like Ubisoft a shout out. I know they get a lot of hate for their open world shit, but look, they're coming out with Avatar in 2 3 weeks. They're coming out with Prince of Persia. They're coming out. I mean, they're putting Outlaws. They are coming up with new ideas. They're coming up with games that are interesting, high quality AAA budgets. Now, sure, they may be checkmark map to the brim, but they're putting out content that a lot of
That's
people want to
totally
play.
fine. I will pretend to be Boba Fett, going through the entire Star Wars galaxy and checking off every one of those fucking boxes.
Absolutely.
I I don't care. I will be the Mandalorian. Like that's all that right there is enough for that game. And it looked like it was going to be third person. Looked
It
like
is
it.
third person. It is third person.
Perfect. Then I
Avatar is
will.
first person.
Yes, because of immersion. Shut up.
And that Prince of Persia looks super dope to me.
I think what happened with Avatar was because they are such larger creatures, if you put them in a third person view, it would almost look like the Incredible Hulk video game.
Yeah.
And so putting it in first person lets you kind of scale the world up around it, as opposed to, oh, this thing's almost as tall as a tree. And so, like, yeah, I don't know. That's one thing that kind of was rattling around in my head today, was why they went first person. I don't know why Cyberpunk went first person. I know they said it was because CDPR wanted to not have it compared to The Witcher, but we saw how that game launched, and maybe it should have just been third person, like The Witcher. Maybe it would have
Wait,
been
which
easier.
game?
I,
Avatar?
no, Cyberpunk.
Oh, Cyberpunk.
It's these games that are either supposed to be big or did go big that I don't play because they're first person.
I
Like,
don't. You need to get over that.
man, I can't, dude. Like a game like I'm playing right now, the Teardown game, which by the way, guys, I'm not going to do a review on this. This game has the same gameplay loop. Go
Oh,
in, destroy
it's
stuff,
30
go.
bucks on Xbox, by the way.
Uh, honestly, as a good little time waster, yeah, I could see it.
No, point is, it's on PS Plus day one, but nobody's talking about that shit. Where all the bots at saying that PlayStation's PS Plus sucks. When we get plenty of day one games. As a matter of fact, how many
I
day one
mean,
games has Xbox gotten this year? We need to
I
do the
mean,
math on that
they've
because it's not
gotten
that many.
six, seven.
No, I'm not talking about exclusive. Is this third party and everything?
I think so because they got Lies of P. I think they got another one. I think they got Dead Space, or was that last year? I think they've gotten six this year. They're four
I don't.
first party and then two others.
I don't think Dead Space was Dead Space day one.
I thought Dead Space was
I
day
don't
one.
think it was day one. But either way, we're talking what 4 to 6,
Ye-
right?
Yes,
PlayStation has
Byron,
gotten
I
three
am.
this year. Three this year so far. So I mean, we're not even that far away from their fucking number one thing, which is day one games on Game Pass, and we're doing it on accident.
We're just, we're just backing into this shit. Like, oh,
Just
cool.
just like the cloud shit, we're doing it on accident.
Okay, Wulong, Exoprimal. Um, so yeah, Wulong, Exoprimal. I know they got Sea of Stars, but so did PlayStation. So they got
Hmm.
seven. They got seven.
Yeah,
They got seven new games this year that were exclusive to their system. Oh no, 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 that were
day
on
one.
Game Pass day one. We got Sea of Stars, Teardown. Oh crap, Sea of Stars, Teardown. I can't remember what else was this year.
Payday.
Um,
Oh yeah, they got Payday 3 to
yeah,
come.
they got Payday 3. We got Meet Your Maker.
Like a Dragon. Okay.
Yeah,
Stray was
that's what.
last year.
Yeah, Stray was last year.
No, I would expect at
Oh, we got
least one or
Humanity. Hell,
two.
I did a review on
Oh yeah,
Humanity, or I thought I did.
Humanity. That's a good game, and that's a VR title. I mean, no, yeah, the Xbox should be having at least one or two every single month, no matter what. Like I
I
think
think
it's
they are.
just,
I think they're averaging one a month. That sounds right.
yeah, I think they're falling slightly short of that.
Because they also got
Cause
Liza P, so that's like 11.
yeah, but Liza P's, fuck Liza P's.
I mean, it's a people like it.
Yeah, because they're fucking. Never
They're
mind.
idiots, but they like it.
I will say this though on the Oh, hey Thirsty, can I talk about Destiny for like 2 minutes real quick?
Yeah, let's actually use that to wrap up the show. Everybody will leave once you start talking about Destiny, anyways.
So the reason I'm bringing this up, guys, is because I've been having a lot of questions on our Discord. By the way, if you're not on our Discord, go on there. We talk about gaming all day. Shout out to Warwana, Josh, Twisted, Tornado. I mean, there's a lot of us that are constant. Nelson, we're in there all day, every day. I know I don't talk a lot because I'm working a lot, but I'm reading all your shit whenever I get a chance. But I've been asking the guys, especially with the whole Bungie conversation from last week and their layoffs and why Bungie is not doing that well. And my question was, how do I even start with playing Destiny 2 because they have so much content. So I've gotten some things figured out. Now with PlayStation Plus, we got the Witch Queen, which is the DLC as part of the PlayStation Plus or a monthly, the free monthly game, and Beyond Light was another DLC. There's only two other DLCs that are out there that are available for purchase. But the way the game works is you have Destiny 2, which is a seasonal content kind of deal. It's a shooter, and that you just jump in. There's a couple missions that you can do to get you going in the game. But the story part of it, which is what interests me, is in the DLCs. So basically, the DLCs have self-containing stories that tie into the previous DLCs and the future DLCs. So essentially, right now, I am playing the Witch Queen just because it was the easiest one for me to start. I know that it's out of order, but because the stories are self-contained, it's not like you have to play them in order specifically because you can catch up. Destiny also has this cool thing where it's a timeline where you can go all the way from the beginning to how things kind of started and play a mission in each one to get you up to date. But that's all I got figured out so far, and I know there's people like me asking these questions. Another thing I want to say about Destiny, Destiny's a super high quality shooter, man. I have been really surprised with the mechanics of the game and the gameplay. Now, I'm not doing the seasonal shit. I'm literally just playing the missions and the DLC. And each DLC, from the research I've done so far, is about a 10, 12 hour thing. So at first, when I saw the price, like right now, the Final Shape DLC, which got delayed, that is $50. And I'm wondering, wow, that's very expensive for a DLC because I just bought the Remnant 2 DLC and that was $10. Cyberpunk DLC I think was $20. So $50 kind of took me off guard. But now I understand it's because these DLCs are 10 to 12 hours long, and also they include a lot of seasonal content and a lot of dungeons and shit like that. But if you want to get into Destiny, you don't have to do the seasonal stuff. That's for looting and treating it like any other game like Fortnite, Call of Duty. But if you just want to get into the story, The DLCs, you can get into the DLCs for free basically because the games are free, and some of the DLCs are free by having PlayStation Plus as a subscription. The Witch Queen, and the Beyond Light.
All right. So there is the Destiny drop, as it were. And so, yeah, uh-huh,
So it's not that hard to get into.
uh-huh.
So Thrifty, please come play with me, or anybody else, come play with me, man. I'm having a good time.
Michael DeSanta, that's funny. That's kind of what was going in through my head as he was talking about Destiny. Uh-huh,
See,
uh-huh,
speaking of the
uh-huh.
uh-huh, guys, I know that we're closing up here, and I know you guys probably want to get out of here, but this is a personal thing that I kind of want to get off my chest too. I'm not gonna go into a long rant like I did with the Xbox shit, but something that's been infuriating me lately, especially the more that I've been playing different types of games. Like I mentioned in the very first podcast, I was a MLB The Show player for the majority of my adult gaming life. When I was a kid, I played more variety of games, but as I got older, it was MLB The Show, Madden, and then Call of Duty every now and again. A couple of years ago, I was one of the guys saying gaming sucks. I'm fed up with it. It's not fun. Well, that's because I wasn't playing anything except for those games. And the more different types of games I've played, Mass Effect for the first time, Red Dead Redemption for the first time, the Halos for the first time, Gears. I mean, these games, and I fell in love with these types of games. And my excitement for gaming has increased to the point that I'm now on a podcast co-hosting with Thrifty every freaking Wednesday night. And occasionally I'll get an invite to another podcast. I'm on a Discord all about freaking gaming. I have over 40 friends now on my PlayStation Plus, where a couple years ago I had three. And the second one was my second profile that my son uses. But the point I'm trying to get to is the more games I play, the more I like, but also the more I see the hypocrisy in gaming. We have gotten into this habit of shitting on games that we've never fucking played before just because it has something that we may not like about it. There are plenty games where I would have never, ever gotten into because it's not my type of game. And guess what? I try it out and I find a lot more that I like about it than I don't. So when we start to attack other games, let's come at it in a foundation, of evidence because of our own experiences, not because of shit that we heard from somebody else who has hate in their fucking soul and biases because their fucking grandmother once said that the color of the character's outfit wasn't the color she liked, and now you have a complete bias on this fucking game for the most stupidest shit. Just like the guy that I had the conversation with the PlayStation Portal and how he's talking as the shittiest fucking thing ever. No, the fuck it's not. It's just not for you. And it's okay to not be for you, but don't try to fucking tear it down because it dissuades somebody who may be looking for something like this and doesn't know any better is going to take your word for granted. Let's not be like the succubuses on the other side. Let them live in their fucking fantasy world. As a matter of fact, they should create a video game called the Xbox Gamer and have it be a sci-fi fantasy freaking RPG on the games that you think are coming but never fucking come. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being part of this. I just want to shout out to Warren Juana once again for helping me out with Diablo. Ford, you're a beast for that. Josh, the producer, thank you so much for all the help you give us here on the podcast. And each and every one of you guys, man. I'm always not excited to be on the podcast because I'm not this type of person. Like I'm very at home. I'm very inverted and very just to
Horse
myself.
shit.
But once I get on the podcast and I start talking about games and I get engaged with you guys, I have a lot of fun. So
This
thank you
dude's
guys.
lying
Thanks,
his ass
Thrifty,
off.
for dude. I'm pouring my heart out, and you're out here fucking making fun of me. You know what? Never mind, guys. Have a
I'm not
great
making
night.
fun of you. I'm just saying you're lying your ass off. You were made for this shit,
No,
bro.
I take it all back. Never mind. I'm just gonna
That's
be a casual and play fucking Destiny 2 and you
that's
know
right. You fucking
have a
casual.
full-time job on the side.
Byron Cutler, I don't know. Hopefully tomorrow night, actually. Um, so, guys, the chat has gone absolutely haywire tonight. I appreciate it. We got a couple new subs here tonight. That was super awesome. Will, I appreciate you taking your time. I know that it always comes at the time when your son, you had got to get him to bed, so I appreciate you like making it work and getting back to the show. Guys, thank y'all so much for everything. This channel is kind of been a baby of mine that I've been trying to, you know, get off the ground. And I am starting to do more videos again, getting back into that. I have a new video releasing on Sunday. It's either going to be a quick first impressions of Helldivers or the first one, not the second, or a first impressions of the Aliens Fire Team Elite. One of the games I'm actually kind of high on and I think is a great time. And the other one, I think the skeleton's there, but the rest of the game never got finished. And so I don't like doing negative reviews because I like being a more positive channel. But at the same time, I don't want people to waste their time with certain games. And also, I don't want people to waste their money. So generally, if a game can't get me to actually have some fun with it, on some level, it's not a game that people need to play because I like some random shit. Like this game right now, this stupid teardown game, this game is fun as hell.
Yeah,
Like
but you also dislike some of the most best games. I don't understand.
that's because critically acclaimed and what people say is the best doesn't always vibe with everybody.
No,
In
no, I'm not talking about critically acclaimed. Diablo 4 is critically acclaimed, and you hate it. You never even played it.
um, I hate the company that makes it.
Yeah, I hate the people that make my cell phone too.
No, see now you're talking about a commodity versus a need, or you're talking about a commodity versus a.
A cell phone is not a
Uh,
need.
yes, it is.
No, it's not, dude. We
Yes, it
lived
is.
for millennia without cell phones.
Yes, but in the country, in the current cultural climate that most of us live in, a cell phone is considered a need.
I disagree, bro.
I
Think about it.
understand
What do you
that.
need it for?
What do you need it for?
What's the absolute
Communicating,
need for it?
job
Yeah, but
applications, everything's online now, and you have to have access to that stuff when you're applying for jobs.
yeah,
You
we
have
got
to be able
computers.
to do what?
We got computers.
Yes. Okay.
And
So
communication, you can take 5 minutes, make a phone call, a
let me ask
phone
you this.
line.
If you have a manager that works for you that
hmm
doesn't have a cell phone, what happens? What, do you have a manager that works for you that doesn't have a cell phone that you can get a hold of whenever you need to?
They don't need to have a cell phone. They just need to have access to email.
Access to email. So how would you do that? Do you expect them to be by their computer all day long
Yeah,
and
because
only?
I don't expect them to answer right away. I expect them to get back to me within 24 hours.
Mm, yeah. I'm gonna sit and say that cell phones are a need, and that's okay, guys. Mom and dad are fighting. It's okay.
Mhm.
Everything's
It was
fine.
not a need. Food is a need. Water is a need. Electricity is a need. Barely.
No,
Electricity
no,
is
no, no,
barely a need.
no, 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 no. If you're going on basic instinctual needs, food, water, shelter.
Shelter. Yes.
Now,
Everything else is
if
a
you're going
plus.
on things that are societal needs,
Societal need, cell phone is not one of them. A
cultural
pen
needs,
is more societal need than a cell phone.
yes, well, the pen has been around for a whole lot longer. Like,
Exactly.
that's a terrible point to make.
Okay, it's a terrible point to make, but the
Like,
cell phone is not a need.
a cell phone is a need, but
We may need it for work while we're working, but communication, once again, that could be done through various ways. It's not a need. The need is within ourselves. Like we got to stay up to date. We got to contact people. We got to play games on our phone. All this shit. That's not the need.
okay. I disagree, but that's okay.
But no, it goes
I
back to Diablo
I don't
4.
like Blizzard and how they treated Diablo 4 and how they treated the seasonal content and what they've done with the game. I understand and I've
Naughty
said it
Dog, you don't
before.
like it with Last of Us 2, but you still like Naughty Dog.
Who said? Who said? I said they're geniuses when it comes to graphics, but they butchered the story, and I am going to be very leery of Last of Us Part 3 if they continue the trajectory of the story the way they did with Last of Us Part 2. Never, not once have I said I was okay with Naughty Dog.
But you played Last of Us 2. You haven't played Diablo 4.
Absolutely, and because here's the deal, I don't need to purchase it to know that I'm going to enjoy the story.
Okay, so you like 3 out of 4, and you've played 3 out of 4, but yet The
for
four,
the story.
I get that, but still 3 out of 4.
And the
That's
the
very
the
good
second
ratios.
one was $39.
Yeah, but it wasn't 39 when it came out.
Yes, it was.
Oh, I don't know. But $39 back then to $39 now is like $80 now. So
It
you
came
played,
out
you
2
paid.
years ago.
Wait, what are you talking about? Diablo 4?
Diablo 2.
Oh, Diablo 2 did not come out 2 years ago. It came out like 2000.
No, no, I'm talking about the Resurrected that's available to PS
Oh,
players.
well, yeah. If you wait 20 years, Diablo 4 will also be remastered and freaking 20
But that's
bucks.
not what that's not the point that I'm getting at. I paid 30 to 40 bucks for it because I thought it was going to have a good enough story, and it did. I'm not going to pay $70 for a game where all it is a campaign and then you're done. I don't spend $70 on Call of Duty for
But it's
campaign
not.
mode.
Because you can do a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. There's a million dungeons, there's a million side missions, and that's without spending a single dollar.
No, no, no. And that's fine. But you've also told me that you like to purchase the Call of Duty games to play the campaign.
Yes.
That means you're spending $70 to play a campaign. That's usually
Yes.
about 4 to 6 hours long.
Well, I don't do it every
Usually.
year. And
But
I didn't
still,
do it
you
this
have.
year. I
Well, no,
have,
Modern
yeah.
Warfare 3 was a DLC.
Yeah.
And so, like,
DLC. Facts.
that's that's what. See, guys, we can agree. It just we can agree. But this topic is always frustrating for me
Tell him marijuana.
because
No, because he's shitting on
Diablo.
Diablo 4 because of, well, he
I'm
doesn't
not.
like Blizzard.
No, you're just being a temperamental woman. No offense to the ladies in the chat, but you're acting like a little bitch. I am not saying that the game is bad. I am saying that for $70, the game is not what it should have been.
But it's hundreds of hours of entertainment for 70 bucks. Spider-Man's only 40 hours for me, and it was $70.
And you're going to tell me that Diablo 4 is better than Spider-Man? Come on.
I'm not saying
Please.
that, but it's a separate thing, and the value is way more than Spider-Man.
No, no, no. So you're saying that it's more valuable than Spider-Man. That's
Yeah,
what you're saying.
for the amount of gameplay I'm getting, yes.
Mm. See, this is the quality over quantity argument.
But I'm not saying it's better quality. I mean, it's close to quality because its graphics are beautiful, the art style is beautiful. There's a lot of things you could do. There's multiple. I mean,
Yes, the art style is Diablo. I get it.
you know,
Like,
I'm just saying you
there's
get a
also
lot
the
for
other thing.
$70.
There's also the other thing that as a veteran to the series, I view the games through a much harder lens than a newcomer to the series. And that's just fact. I said that when Final Fantasy 16 came out that nobody's going to be harder on the game than the fans of Final Fantasy.
You're right, but you
Nobody.
also like 3 out of 4. So if you're hard on it and you enjoy 3 out of 4,
Oh,
what makes you think that you're
because
not gonna like the
you've
fourth?
heard me tell you on the show, even when you're just in the chat or since you've been co-hosting with me, the show, I've said this, that I am going to play the game. I am probably going to enjoy the campaign. I am not going to give Blizzard $70.
But don't you wanna? Never mind. We'll wrap it up because we'll talk about this all day. Just you say I'm acting like a little bitch, which I agree. I can act like a little bitch, but you are also acting very emotional about Diablo 4 because you're
I'm not
not really making a
emotional.
lot of
I'm
logical
stubborn
sense.
and consistent.
Well, that's emotions, dude. Stubbornness is an emotion.
I'm stubborn and consistent. Guys, y'all have a great night. I haven't even been paying attention to chat. Jesus.
No, no, I want to have a whole podcast of talking about fucking Diablo. No, I don't.
The chat is saying stay thrifty to end the show. That's hilarious. All right, guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank y'all for coming out. The new games dropped this week for PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. We didn't get a chance to go over them. There are some really good games on there. Enjoy them. You already paid for them, so use them. And as always, guys, stay